Good morning on this cool 1st of February 2026. It has not been the best night. I have just got some new medicine. Now, I'm not too much fan of medicines, and that's obviously a truth in modification, knowing that I'm now experimenting with the 5 different repurposed drugs. But yeah, I don't want to get into too much explanations about that, but because my water flow has been very low lately, but in particular because it has been with a huge amount of irritation when I'm doing it, especially my first visit to the toilet in the nighttime. Then I went to talk to my urologist yesterday and to see if there was something that he could give me temporarily anyway until I find a way to change. I don't know if it's the acidity level in the urine or whatever it is that causes these irritations. It is not like having UTI, which is very, very unpleasant. This is very unpleasant, but not the same kind of unpleasant. It's more like as if it's the urine is having a high acidity level. It's really annoying. And adding the fact the flow is very slow, it just adds to the problem. But he did not specifically have something for that. Didn't even test the urine pH levels or anything. So he gave me something called let me just be sure of it. Silodosin. Silodosin. And 4 milligrams. So I did read up on it. It seems that there are 2 very common side effects, which is dizziness and headaches. Fantastic. There's always something that you have to suffer from if you want to take medications like this. But it's not the only thing, and this is making me curious. If you who are watching these videos, if you're following your own biometrics too, and if you are on treatment, for instance, if you have had any data prior to getting, for instance, ADT, and then after having ADT, how much impact does it have on your stress levels? How much impact does it have on your sleep score? How much impact does it have on your heart rate variability? Because I can tell you, I got one tablet of this last night, and my body just went totally into stress mode. I finished the day at a level of 40, which is very high for me. I'd say lately it has been elevated, but elevation to me is about 31. And if it's on a normal level, stress level, it averages out about 25, 26 a month. So 40 is just through the roof. Last time I was 40 was about a week ago when I went to Mukdahan and I drove 250, 60 kilometers, no, 300 kilometers in one day. There my stress levels goes up. It always goes up when I'm riding these roads in Thailand. But anyway, I was sitting looking at my biometrics and my sleep score last night was the absolute lowest I've ever seen it. It was at 33. Yeah, that's something I'm very keen on keeping high because it means you have got quality and your body have a time to restore. And it also reflected on my heart rate variability, which dropped to 39. Mind you, the night before it was at 58. So um, it's just one another example of how you can get some medicine and it can mitigate to a certain degree whatever specific problem you have, but it will just increase so many other problems. And this pill here, for me, definitely helped on my first visit, which usually is the difficult one. But my second visit, and I only had 2 visits last night, no help. In the morning, no help. It was the same thing as always. So the first visit did help, but it is. Well, I would give it a shot and again tonight to see if it persists this way. But it is definitely not worth it for me to take this pill if it destroys my night sleep and if it destroys my heart rate variability, because that is the body's own ability to cure itself and help itself. And for me, just to be able to pee a little bit easier on my first visit, and then in turn having my heart rate variability plummeting out of the sky and my sleep quality the same thing, that's just not worth it. But I'm just wondering how many of you who are watching these videos do actually monitor your biometrics as closely as I do, and what do they say? Because it could just be a fluke, it could be an anomaly, I don't know. And that's also why I'm saying I'm contemplating doing it one more night to see if there's a consistency in the result. But I think I just wanted to give a little heads up on this. There is something called tamoxifen, I think it is called. That is the medicine that maybe usually is given for BPH, benign prostate hyperplasia, but it has a lot more side effects than this one here, so I don't even dare think about what that means. Dizziness, I did experience dizziness in the nighttime. Headaches, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit more heavy in my head than usual, but that could be because of so many other factors. So I don't really think so. But we'll see. Cost me a fortune to buy this. One more tablet, and we'll see if it works without the side effects. And if it doesn't work without side effects, I'm definitely gonna shelve this. It's not gonna be used. As always, stay happy and healthy.